Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here of businesswithtrading.com, doing a trading strategy recap for Monday the 13th of April. And today was another great day in the markets. Today in our trading room we were able to pull 2 points. Within 2 trades we were able to pull out 7 points. 7 points is a lot better than 2 points, and it's definitely a lot better than negative whatever points. So what we did today, pretty much price opened and started to move higher. Well, as it's moving higher, we ended up getting short right up here. And as price started to come down, we decided to flip it. We talked about it, we're going to flip it, and we did. We flipped it right down here. So we took quick profits, but we did flip it into a long, and we were able to hold it until price got up here. And then we decided to get out. Price moved very nicely, and it just started getting a little erratic. Price chops around a little bit. It does push up a little bit more as it's chopping around. But it's an environment that I don't want to be in. I like to get in when there's clear trade setups, when price is moving like I want to see it. But if it's not moving that great, I'd rather just stand aside and wait for something to happen. So that's what we did. We kind of just watched it. Price didn't really do anything. Then it came down, started to move around, coming down this low. I didn't really like it. I just basically stood aside. We ended up closing the room right over here. Because we weren't taking any more trades. We were just watching the market. It wasn't really doing anything, conducive to me wanting to place a trade setup, or me seeing a trade setup, me wanting to place a trade. It just wasn't doing anything. And I talk about all the time. You want to have consistency. You want to be able to wait for your trades, and when they happen, you jump on them. And being able to have that patience allows us to make trades when we see them, and not make trades when we don't see them. Because when you don't see a trade set up, there's really no reason to be in the market. If you want to gamble, go to Vegas. At least you'll get a free hotel room or something. But being in the market, we do this as a business. And that's the whole concept around our name, a business with trading. It's because we wrap our trading around a business, rather than having, a part-time hobby trading. I'm trading as a hobby. I don't really have clear setups, but I like to enter the market because it gives me an adrenaline rush. It's equivalent to riding a roller coaster, but it's a little more fun because I get to lose money at the same time. That's what a hobby trader is. Obviously, they're not consciously thinking that. I get to lose money and, have fun because my heart pumps faster. They're not thinking that consciously. Nobody does. But that is what happens. That's why I always talk about patience. Always talking about, you got to have a business and then trade inside of that. And saying that, I don't really care what you call it. But that's what it is. It's a business with systems and methods and a plan. An action plan that can get you from one area, which would be like a brand new trader, to another area, which is the next level where you're consistently profitable. You're able to make money consistently and just improve your life. Because that's what trading does. It's a platform that improves your life, and it does that because you learn more about yourself as a trader. I don't give a shit who you talk to. You will learn more about yourself. You may not like certain things, but you may like things. And then you may become a better person, which you actually have a pretty high probability of doing, becoming a professional trader from like a amateur hobby trader status. And I'm speaking in generalities there. I know not everybody is a hobby trader. Some of you are a lot more advanced than others. And it's because we come at the market from different angles, different areas where we are. And that's why I ran the special for March, doing coaching combined with, trading course, or, the different packages that I was doing. Because everybody is different. Everybody comes at trading differently. Everyone has a different view of risk. Some people rip their hair out, 5 ES points. They just rip their hair out. Some people, 5 ES points is nothing. They're very comfortable with risk. Some people are so comfortable with risk that they don't even have a tolerance for risk. So they're willing to risk 100 points to make 10. And you're like, what the fuck, man? But it is what it is. Everyone comes from a different background, so everyone's going to have a different perspective. Maybe that perspective is like totally wrong because they just haven't learned anything yet. So they're viewing it from the eyes of someone else who was totally wrong, so they're just taking on that same perspective. That happens a lot in life. But anyway, hopefully that made sense to you. You got something out of it. Let's talk about a trade that we actually did in our swing trade group. I talked about coffee. I think I sent it out like around 2 o'clock yesterday or something like that. It's very early yesterday. So everybody knew what I was doing. We've got long right here. I actually took a stop out. I had to re-enter. And I actually was able to, take some off up here and then get all the rest down here. So it ended up being a pretty nice trade. It was something that we actually made money on. But the great part was I got emails of people that made more money than I made. And it's like, wow, that's awesome. Because it's, and when I say that, they had a better trade because, they didn't have their stop, here. They had their stop a little bit lower. Because I talked about, I was watching this area really strong here. It came close, but it did not take it out. And some people told me, they about their trade, didn't get into specifics. Some people got into specifics. I don't usually get a ton of emails after a trade, so it was awesome to see. And that's really the whole concept behind the website. It's for people to be able to, do their own thing. To be able to take what I have and kind of to add their own stuff to it. Because anything we do in life, people add their own flair to things. Because we're all different. We're all individuals. We're not cookie cutter robots. I am a trader. That was my robot voice. Pretty awful, but it is what it is. But that's how the trading books and educators say, got to be robots, got to be mechanical, blah blah blah. All this bullshit. It's not true. Do I know anybody who's done that? Hell no, I don't. Do I know successful traders? I do. But in my view, I've educated thousands of people. I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. But that's what I do. I teach a method that works. A strategy that works really well. And you add your own flair to it. Because everyone's going to treat risk a little bit differently. Everyone's going to look at things a little bit different. Therefore, every method's going to be a little different. As far as, the targets, the entry areas, they're all going to be very, very similar. Because that's going to be, it's pretty much, you have a level here, that's where the level's at, that's what it is. There's no, like, this level could be here, 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 here. There's none of that. It's very clear cut. It's right here, this is where it's at. Now, as an individual, you can choose to front run it. You can choose to play the exact level. Or you can choose to play slightly below the level. If you play slightly below the level, it's more conservative. You're going to get stopped out less. You're going to get filled less. If you play the exact level, you'll get filled a little more than playing below it, and I'm assuming we're looking at a long here, if you're asking that question. And those aggressive traders are going to get stopped out a little bit more. But the trades that don't come quite to the level and take off, they're going to catch those. They're not going to happen that often, but when they do, it's going to be good to be aboard. So anyway, hopefully, my talk today made sense. You got something out of it. Feel free to share, if you got something out of it, if you have something that you would like to add to it. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I have a very good grasp on my core competency. The older we get, the more we get pushed into our little niche area of where we play. Our careers. We get pushed into that. I had a talk with a friend of mine earlier about, we were making a joke, hashtag are you smarter than a fifth grader or something like that. And it was all about how, people around that age, fifth graders and around that age, look at everything. So they have a variety of interests. I know when I was that age, I had a ton of different interests. And now I'm older, I'm in my career, I work a lot, so I'm really pushed into this niche area. So I know a lot about my work. I know a lot about what I do. But if you start talking about other things, I don't know as much about all of that than I did when I was younger, because I just don't use it. If we don't use things, they tend to go away. And sometimes they go away out of our minds, and sometimes they go away, they just get pushed deep in our minds, and they're more difficult to pull out. It's like a filing cabinet that's metal, and it's outside. So the more it's outside, it's going to rain a few times, it's going to rust up. Well, the less you use it, the more rust is going to get on it, the more difficult it's going to be to open because it's rusty. So hopefully that makes sense there. So anyway, if you have anything you want to add, any comments on what we discussed today, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comments below. With that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.